Welcome to the Iron Butterfly Podcast. My name is Megan Jaffer.
And I'm Cadie Hopkins, and we will be your hosts.
We created Iron Butterfly Podcast in honor of Eloise Page, the original Iron Butterfly. 80 years ago, Eloise joined the Office of Strategic Services, trailblazing a path for what ultimately became the United States intelligence community. She rose the ranks from secretary to case officer, defying the norms of her time, and eventually became the first female chief of station at CIA. Eloise was known among her colleagues to be a fierce fighter with a core of steel, and she earned the codename Iron Butterfly. Our podcast continues her legacy, inviting the unsung heroines of the United States intelligence community to share their stories with aspiring leaders like you. Women in the intelligence community are special because they have dedicated their lives to studying the whole world. And through conversations with hundreds of women in intelligence over the past few years, we have come to understand that the world is at an inflection point. Women hold a more central role in society than ever before. And at Iron Butterfly Media, we are committed to amplifying authentic voices that inspire women to create wherever they are. So pull up a chair. Our changing world needs new ideas made real, which begins with you. Welcome to Iron Butterfly Podcast. Hello.
And welcome back.
Welcome to Iron Butterfly Podcast Season 6.
Premiere.
And
Launch. Hard launch.
ta-da! Here is our new studio.
Looks amazing.
I mean, could you imagine 6 seasons ago we would be sitting here in our own studio? This beautiful work of art. Maybe I'm going a little extra, but could you imagine that we would have like leveled up and had a professional studio?
No, it looks amazing. Look at my pillow.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing. And I mean, we have to give a shout out to Poor Bear Stories because they hooked us up.
They really did.
I mean, with our lighting, our mics, our headphones, I mean, our tiles, you know, with
decorations.
Decorations were us.
Oh, don't want to give them.
I mean, no, I want to give them credit for that, but then along with our producer Amanda, we have this beautiful space now.
And I know what Amanda's most excited for this season.
That? Oh, are we going to preview it? So we have sound effects, everyone. Can you believe it?
I know she's going to catch us off guard with that at least once an episode.
So, we have to make sure our future guests know that it's not going to be these I don't want them to get scared.
We do not want Iron Butterfly to be stress-inducing for you.
Those sound effects will only happen to us when Amanda feels like we need a little pep in our step.
Amanda, is there another one that you like?
Oh, here we go. She's going to surprise us.
She's picking her poison.
Oh,
I like that
DJ.
When would we use that?
We would use like, wait a minute, or like...
Let's
roll it back. What did you say? Let's go back to that point. That's when we'll use it. I think that's good.
More surprises to come.
Yes. Well, we want to welcome all of our listeners and our new listeners to Season 6. As you can see, we have now we are not only audio, we will be visual. You'll be able to find us on YouTube, and then our regular platforms, Apple Podcast and Spotify. And so we just really hope that you're going to enjoy this new kind of setup.
Yeah, absolutely. And our guests are going to sit right here.
They're going to sit right there. We have our logo. We got to give a shout out to your dad. He gave us this beautiful copper sign that will be on the wall. We are in the process of hanging it, but our guests are going to sit right there. So for today, our copper logo is going to be our guest. It's going to be our guest. So where do we start? I guess, why don't you tell our fabulous listeners, you know, we've done a lot has happened in between season 5, kind of, you know, through season 5 into now season 6 with Iron Butterfly Media.
Mm-hmm.
And one of those things is we've grown our team.
Mm-hmm. We have. And for both Megan and myself, this is like one of the most special things about Iron Butterfly's growth over the last year.
Yes.
So we have, of course, our producer, Amanda, who's basically a co-founder of Iron Butterfly at this point.
Yes.
She's been here with us since the beginning. We also added 3 new team members, which is really exciting. We added Amy, who can give us a whoop whoop in the back. Can I get a whoop whoop?
She said a hard pass.
Yeah, she said,
the whoop whoop.
No thanks. So
anyway.
We're
going to do it for her. Woo woo, Amy. Yeah.
So Amy is going to be our social media manager, which is awesome because we don't really know how to use social media, and she does. So she's going to really level up our social media game, which is going to be awesome. We're going to be posting more frequently now that we have video. We'll be able to watch kind of clips from that video and reels. She's also going to be dialing up our Instagram. So if you're not following us on Insta, what's our handle? We'll come back to that.
At Iron Butterfly Media. Thanks, Amanda.
Media.
Thanks, Amanda. We should probably know that.
We really should.
We're on the fly, folks.
We sure are. She's also going to be doing some really cool features for us, including during Women's History Month, which is going to be awesome. So we'll preview that on a future episode. Yeah, stay tuned. We also added Alex, who's going to be doing our engagement with some universities. So some might not know, about a third of our listeners are students at universities, which is really awesome. One of the things that got Megan and I really excited about Iron Butterfly was when we learned that we were on a college syllabus, and we have really tried to multiply that and just build relationships with different universities. As our fans know, we hosted our first live episode at the Bush School in DC with Texas A&M last year. That's actually where we met Amy and Alex, which is even more special. And Alex is going to try to replicate that with other universities this season, which is going to be awesome.
We're going to kind of talk a little bit more about that later, the engagement with what we want to do with the universities. And then our third edition, which
you should talk about that one.
So we are now going to be an umbrella, I guess. I heard some other podcasts use a different phrase, but I'm using umbrella of podcasts. And so we are going to launch our second podcast on women in the military. And we have a host. Her name is Sarah Scully. She is an Army veteran. She is amazing. And her podcast is going to hopefully launch this summer, so stay tuned. We'll have more coming up about that. And so she will be our second podcast under the Iron Butterfly Media kind of umbrella. And I'm going to do a teaser. We actually have a third, I don't want to call it an idea. I think it's a little
Manifest
more.
It. Well, it's a crazy idea. That's what it is.
It's a crazy
right
idea
now.
that we might have a third one by this fall. So we'll see. We'll let you all know when that has been fleshed out. But we're going to just build this platform. We're going to share the voices of women doing all types of things. And I would say, maybe I'm talking out of turn, but I would tell the listeners we're gonna ask you to engage with us a little later in this episode. But if you have an idea for a podcast, I would say let us know. We have to build slowly. We have a small team, and we hope to grow. But if you have an idea, it doesn't have to be focused on women in the government space. It could be outside the government space. But if you have an idea, let us know.
Yeah, I think what's really special for us is, obviously we started with women in the intelligence community. And one thing that we talk about a lot is that intelligence is literally the study of the world. And I still have Carmen's voice in my head, always just I went to law school, realized I didn't really want to be a lawyer. And then I realized the only thing that really interested me was the whole world. And I think what interviewing these women has really shown us is that the world is at this really special inflection point where women have just this different historical position and standing in society that they've literally ever had.
Yeah.
And there's just so many opportunities for women everywhere to make change, no matter where they are, within their organizations, with other people, creating new things. Like, those are the voices that we're elevating. And we've started from the national security kind of intelligence government space because that's what we know. But we want to be beyond that. There's room for this everywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we have listeners in different industries, right? Like women in construction, women in healthcare, listen and say that the things that they hear here at Iron Butterfly, they take and they can relate to in their own communities. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, I know the next thing on our list is very special to you, so I will let you talk about it.
So anyone who knows me, all my friends out there know that one of the things I love
all my friends out there
know that I love swag so much. And
she might cry as she's talking about this.
And together with Amanda just knocked it out of the park. We have a swag store that is on our website. So
I got this hat.
Oh, yeah. You could see Katie's wearing the hat.
See how good it looks?
And we launched it in the fall. It is on our website. So if you go to ironbutterflymedia.com, you could go to this. You can see the store option and click on that. But we have T-shirts and sweatshirts and hats and mugs and fun stuff. So, take a look, get a mug, get a hat. And we have some fun ideas coming up. So we have our merch store, which will, be up throughout the year. But we're hoping to do some kind of like special items or, VIP items. I don't know what you would call them. Twice a year that, we'll do kind of like a limited edition item that won't be on our store. It'll just be on the website where we'll do something fun for the season. So stay tuned for that. I mean, personally, I do this because I want all of this stuff. And if I hope everybody else likes it because I love it so much.
Also, if you take pictures in
oh my gosh, yeah,
your swag,
yes,
we will post it on #ISpy. It's typically on Mondays.
Yes, #ISpy, #Iron Butterfly. And we'll put that, and you put it on LinkedIn or Insta, whatever. But yes,
totally.
We love the pictures. We've gotten some really cool pictures across, and not only in the U.S. People were traveling with their hats or blankets or whatever.
Yeah.
So that would be super exciting.
Yeah. And speaking of loving to hear from the audience.
Yes.
We are also going to start doing a mailroom this year. So if you have questions about Iron Butterfly or how we choose guests or anything we do here, or if you just have a question that you want to ask a guest, send us a DM, send us a comment on one of our posts. You can also send us an email at podcast@ironbutterflymedia.com. So we want to hear from you, and we're going to read some things from the mailroom this season, which is going to be really fun.
That is going to be fun. I think that's going to be super exciting. I think that's what we love the most, when people just DM us in general, or when we're at events and randomly people come up and say, oh, I listened to this episode and I love that this guest said this, or I heard this episode and I could totally relate. We love hearing those things because this is for all of you. And
we share them with the guests too, and they also love them.
I think we still, I know people might find this hard to believe, but we're still kind of in shock that people even listen. It's just amazing to us. And so we love to hear from you.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be a hard transition, but I think there is something really exciting coming up that I want you to talk about because I know you light up when you talk about it.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to be rolling out pretty soon is the Iron Butterfly Monarchs, which I could use a sound effect for. Thank you, Amanda. And what we're going to be doing is basically if you really love Iron Butterfly and maybe you started listening with us 6 seasons ago, maybe you just started listening, but you really just love sharing Iron Butterfly, we're going to offer some special perks, which we will tell you more about kind of later this season, for you to just bring Iron Butterfly to your university or to share it with other student organizations or to just post on social media about us, post pictures in your swag, any way that you're interested in just kind of sharing what we're doing here and sharing your favorite episodes. If you are interested in that, shoot us a message, and we'd love to tell you more about it.
Yeah, I think that's going to be exciting because everyone is an alma mater of somewhere, right? Whether it's a college or a high school or, and we'd love for you to just share, a little bit about us. So that's going to be exciting.
Very exciting.
Okay, so. Oh, traveling butterflies. So along with the university theme, another thing we're doing this season, and it really started last season where we had our first event at a university, which you had mentioned at the Bush School at Texas A&M in D.C., is we love being with students. It kind of fuels us. And so we are hoping to do at least one live podcast per season, hopefully more, eventually more, but at least one, where we will do a panel. It could be just one guest, but we will go to a university and do a live episode, and we're going to call it Traveling Butterflies. So we're really excited. We will let you know when that comes up. That will be posted on our social media. So you'll definitely know and be able to attend if it's in your city. And more to come on that.
Yeah, super exciting. Do you want to give a little bit of a preview too of the season? What else to expect? Just some of our guests?
Oh, so well, we are going to do a panel episode. TBD on where it's going to be hosted. But our finale in season 5 was Arlene Gaylord, and she is from FBI. And
Corazon.
Yes, and she mentioned that she was so excited to be on Iron Butterfly because the person that she looked at as kind of like a mentor was our first guest on Iron Butterfly. And someone that was kind of, I don't know if it was her mentee or some relationship kind of like that was also on Iron Butterfly. And it was her idea. She said, wouldn't it be cool if we got all 3 of us together? And for all of you who have listened to Stephanie LaRue's episode, and if you've heard her speak at all, she uses I think she's coined this term, see her, be her. And so we are going to have a see her, be her panel with Stephanie LaRue, Arlene Gaylord, and Carmen Medina, because each one of them said that the other was her, see her, be her. So that's going to be super exciting. We're going to be doing that in April. Again, TBD on where that's going to be hosted, but it's going to be super exciting.
Yeah, and then for the remainder of the season, we're going to have some folks from CIA, some folks from the defense intelligence community, folks who have done technology, analysts.
NGA.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have potentially a special episode too, which we can tell you more about later.
Yeah. I think I know what she's talking about, but it's like super secret, so we have to
wait.
You
have to come back.
You have to come back and follow us. So that's basically what's been going on. We've been building out this studio. We've been adding to our team. We're trying to build out Iron Butterfly Media. As, some of you who are really familiar with us know, we, along with Poor Bear Stories, produced and directed a documentary that we are now in post-production on. And so we're hoping, to get that completed in the next year, in 2024. So there's just so much going on, and it's super exciting. And we could not have continued to grow and build this without every single listener that has joined us. Even if you've listened to just one episode, we appreciate you so much. And like we said earlier, we love hearing from you. We love hearing your favorite episodes or your favorite code names or what you related to. And we're just really appreciative because we're doing stuff that we really love and other people love, participating in. So it's really cool.
It is really cool. Yeah. We could never have imagined that we would be able to grow like this. And I also think we should mention, too, special thanks to our founding sponsor, National Security Institute, which has really been with us from the very beginning and actually kind of gave us the first investment to really build out the studio on our own. They really took us under their wing when we first had this crazy idea almost 4 years ago to start a podcast about women in the intelligence community. And they gave us their platform. They gave us their reach and their audience and their expertise. And we're just so thankful for that. And now they have allowed us to stretch our wings.
Stretch our butterfly wings.
Stretch our butterfly wings.
I mean, I think it's just, I hope that's what people hear when they hear some of our episodes, is it's all about lifting other people up, right? And because of NSI, they gave us the tools to we didn't know anything about podcasting. This was like a crazy idea. And, without them, with them, we were able to learn and grow. And now we have our own kind of platform, which is super exciting.
And you'll hear from Jess as well, from NSI and on this season as well. To just talk a little bit more about NSI and how you can learn more. So,
well, we should also, I think, also mention the amazing women of the IC, because really, that birthed a movement, right? The amazing women of the IC. You know what? Probably when this comes out, it will be the 9th year anniversary of AWIC. And so shout out to all the AWIC members out there, because this is all really a movement, the women in the national security space. So shout out to them.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in. We're excited to have you with us, show you around our studio, and we're excited for you to join us for the rest of the season. It's going to be really special.
Absolutely. We're super excited. We'll see you soon. Now you're going to see us, so we can say see you soon.
I love that. Was kind of nerdy.
That was kind of nervous. So we can't end without saying our tagline. So, ready?
Amanda, are you ready?
1, 2, 3. Stay fierce, and we'll talk next time.
This has been an episode of Iron Butterfly Podcast. We want to thank the National Security Institute at George Mason Scalia Law School, our founding sponsor, and Amazing Women of the IC for their promotion. To learn more about Iron Butterfly Media, visit our website at www.ironbutterflymedia.com. You can also learn more about NSI and upcoming events at nationalsecurity.gmu.edu. And to find out more about AWIC, email amazingwomen.ic@gmail.com. And if you like the show, please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Lastly, we want to thank our podcast producer, Amanda Young, and the entire Iron Butterfly team. Stay fierce, and we'll talk next time.